It's Naya. Welcome back to Naya Reads and Smiles. It is Wednesday. Top 5 Wednesday. I want to apologize if it's a little dark in here. It's like one of those really gloomy days where, you know, you just want to play like happy music to try and make it a little less gloomy. Get caught in the middle. Life is a game. Love is a riddle. Anyways, today is Top 5 Wednesday. I've never done a Top 5 Wednesday. I mean, I've done a Top 5 before, but just not on a Wednesday. Today is Top 5 audiobooks. I don't think I talk about audiobooks enough. Well, there's a lot of things I don't talk about enough on my channel. Particularly audiobooks. I don't think I've ever recommended audiobooks to you guys, so I'm really excited for today because I made a list. Yes, I have my list with me. Oh yeah, by the way, I found the journal that I keep all of my list stuff in. I know I mentioned in another video that I make all these lists, but I lose them because I keep them all in one notebook and I lose the notebook, and I was just like, Top 5 audiobooks. They're gonna be in no particular order. I tried to rate them on which ones I like the best, but honestly, all of these, like, are really great books to listen to. All of these are really great books to listen to in audiobook form, and they are also really good books to just read in general. So whether you decide the audiobook or the physical copy, whichever one, they're fantastic. Alright, number 1 is The Hunger Games! Okay, I talked about this the first time I read The Hunger Games, or I guess technically I didn't read it, but the first time I listened to The Hunger Games, it was in audiobook form. This is really confusing. Okay, but yes, the first time I read The Hunger Games, it was in audiobook form, and that is how I originally fell in love with the series. It was just like listening to the world being described. It was, I think, like I said, like 1 in the morning when I decided to download and listen to it, and I was just like zoned in. Something about audiobooks, like at night, if you decide to listen to it at night, which is what I recommend, it's just like when your eyes are closed and it's just everything else is silent and you're just listening to the audiobook, it's so much easier to get into the world than it is when you're just like reading in like a public area and there's all this noise going around. Depends on the person, because I know some of you guys have like laser focus. Number 2, Alice in Zombieland by Jenna Showalter. I'm currently lending out the first book in the series, which is Alice in Zombieland. It looks like this little thing over here. Oh my gosh! Okay, so the first book, Alice in Zombieland, I originally read, but the second book, which is called Through the Zombie Glass, I do have a physical copy of it now. I originally bought the physical copy, but just had a really hard time reading it, so I decided to get the audiobook, and the audiobook was so good. It's an amazing zombie novel series. First of all, before you get scared away, it is not an Alice in Wonderland retelling story. I know a lot of people, I thought that personally when I went into it. I'm just like, oh yeah! You guys know, but I have a list, okay? Well, it's in here somewhere, of things that I absolutely love. Okay, number 1 is Walking Dead, and number 2 is Alice in Wonderland, and this series was like both of them together. Not an Alice in Wonderland retelling story, though it does have elements like, oh, the rabbit and the Alice and the like zombies. No, there was no zombies in Alice in Wonderland. It's about a girl named Allie. One day she loses her family in a car accident, and after that she gains the ability to see zombies that no one else can see. She thinks she's going crazy, doesn't know what's going on. She discovers this whole world of zombie hunters, and it's just like the weirdest take on a zombie apocalypse, but not really an apocalypse. This was like so fast paced, and I ended up finishing it in like a day and a half. So like I said, I only listened to the second one in the audiobook form. I have the third book, and the fourth book just came out, which I do not own yet. Next, oh, one of my favorite series. Okay, the feels are coming back already, and I'm not even like, okay, let me tell you what book it is first. Delirium by Lauren Oliver. Alright, okay, Delirium. Futuristic society, dystopian society where love is a disease. When people when they reach a certain age, they get this procedure in the back of their ear that removes love. It removes the ability for a person to love, and it is just like so messed up but so awesome at the same time. The second book is called Pandemonium. I originally read the first book but then listened to the second book in audiobook form, and because I like the audiobook so much, I then went back to Delirium, the first book, and re-listened or reread it but listened to it in audiobook form instead. And then when the last book came out, I listened to that one in audiobook form and then read the paperback version of it. And oh, this series like a million times. It is that amazing. Number 4 is Percy Jackson. I love Percy. It's about Greek mythology, half kid, half human, half god, children, demigods, monster, everything Greek mythology related is the Percy Jackson series. Again, it is my childhood. It is my child. I read the whole series originally in paperback form, and then, or actually I borrowed it from the library, that's what I did. And then after I had finished the series, I had gone back and listened to the audiobook form. I've read and listened to the audiobooks of Percy Jackson like so many times. I can't even remember how many times, but I still own it on my phone or on the Audible app. Here's another little bit of advice for anyone trying to go back and read like middle grade novels. I know a lot of people, I recommend Percy Jackson a lot, and a lot of you guys tell me, you know, it's hard for me to get into it. It's middle grade and I'm like 20 now and I can't really relate to it. But here's the thing, the best ways to listen or to read a middle grade book is not to actually read the book but listen to the audiobook of it, because for some reason it just makes it not feel like a middle grade book, if that makes any sense. So I honestly recommend you listen to the Percy Jackson series if you're trying to get into it and you're an adult now or even just like a teenager now and it's just hard for you to relate to it. Listen to the audiobook form, and then when you get to the second sequel series, which is the Heroes of Olympus, then read that series, because they know then the kids are older and there's like more stuff you can relate to. But anyways, it's fantastic. Number 5, last but not least, is The Pledge by Kimberly Durden. I talked about this one before. Okay, I do own the paperback version. Finally! Yeah! I own it! But originally, when I was 13, was I 13? I think I was 13. I listened to the audiobook form of it. The Pledge is about this society where your social class determines what language you speak. So people have a higher social class and a lower social class and a middle class. They all speak a different language and they don't converse with each other because they don't understand each other, if that makes any sense. Pledge is so good. I honestly like, okay, the audiobook form, again, I listened to this book like every day for like 2 or 3 hours before I went to bed, and it was so good. Like, Kimberly Durden has a way of describing worlds and describing like feelings that is just so, it's so good. Audiobook, The Pledge, get it. This has been Vlogmas day 2. So far, I've completed 2 days. I don't know if I'll be able to make it all 25 days. I don't know if I have enough creativity to do that. Thank you so much for watching. Until next time, keep reading, and I'll talk to you guys later. Bye!